In a parallel universe, England's World Cup winning gaffer Sir Sam Allardyce is sipping a pint of Moet at the launch of his Allardici aftershave. But back in this reality, things panned out a little differently for Big Sam. He fed his players sheep's testicles, had love triangles with snooker stars, and got banged up for shoplifting. From kung fu kicks in the manager's office to losing 100 grand on crypto, this is the story of Big Sam. Welcome back to the Upshot. My name is Jack. Hello, Zach.
Hi, Jack.
Hello. And we are joined, I'm delighted to say, by comedian, writer, actor, sketch star, Ed Jones.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, that was real hype man boxing entry stuff, wasn't it? Sketch star, just chuck them all in.
Yeah, Usyk doesn't say come on in that really lame voice as he gets into the ring.
That's exactly how he
Come on. Good evening, everyone.
So Ed has arrived holding a copy.
Of course I have.
Big
I was
Sam's book.
disappointed to hear that not every guest comes along with their own sort of summer reading material. From the beach, I've got Sam Allardyce, Big Sam, my autobiography.
With a hell of a picture on it.
It's a hell of a picture. It's really like a apprentice kind of contestant. Like, can you just stand on the 45 degrees, fold your arms, and also bring the shiniest shoes that you own?
I actually noticed he was quite good looking in his youth.
I tell you what, and also he had a lovely little when he had a good trim, and he had a nice little kind of Clooney-esque sort of grayscale on the fades. Do you know what I mean? So he kind of had,
And we're talking older here, middle-aged.
yeah, but sort of salt and pepper up top.
Yeah.
And I think, when he was in slightly better shape, maybe he got himself. I think there was a picture of him in his suit on the one England game. And he actually looks, you know what, he scrubs up pretty well.
Yeah.
So 100% of his England games.
Yeah, the one.
He looked
great. Yeah,
he looked really good.
always
Young Sam, though.
Whoa, look at him.
He's got a bit of Harry Styles about him.
He's got a lot of Harry
Like
Styles
Mick
about him.
Jagger as well. The lips.
Very true. Very Jagger, that.
That's very Harry Styles. That second one.
It's nice.
That is Harry Styles. That's insane.
It's nice to think that is what Harry Styles is going to look like in his 60s.
when he takes the England job.
Yeah, with Tash. Just a bit.
Okay, boy. That's awful Harry Styles impression.
When Harry Styles saves West Brom from relegation,
Yeah, of course.
in 2054.
That's got to be where the similarities between Big Sam and Harry Styles end. Surely.
Yeah, mind you, I could see Harry Styles will definitely wear the same kind of short shorts in this summer specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
this is 1976 or something. We're looking at Big Sam.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's ahead of his time, really.
Yeah, getting Mick Jagger, I do see it.
There's so much Styles in that. I can't go over
So
that.
it's
That's
just
mad.
interesting because we obviously think of Big Sam as a very specific sort of, slightly sort of Churchill dog
Yes.
from the advert look.
Yeah, big
But
time.
actually quite a looker. Yeah.
Guys,
See what Lynn
let's
saw
say it.
in him.
Let's say it. Chapter 1. My Secret Handsome.
All right, before we kick off, so you've got a sketch show out on Radio 4.
We got a Radio 4 series.
You're
so
part of
me,
the problem.
me and my gang. Well, the show's called Crybabies Present. Is the name of the show, and it's me and my gang, Crybabies. Essentially, we've got 4 episodes, and they're all like different takes on famous cinematic genres. So we're sort of doing parodies of like action films, of sci-fi films, of sports movies, all this kind of stuff. So we try and take like a big screen classic, smush it down into 28 minutes, take all the stuff that you can see away because it's just on the radio, and it's like a very silly, stupid parody of all the stuff that you'll know from like growing up. Yeah. But it's very fun. We've got some fun people in it. We've got like Amy Gledhill is in it, Susan Wakoma's in it, Greg James plays himself in one of the episodes, and it's very fun. It's on BBC Sounds. If you've got a spare 28 minutes, go and
Who
have a
doesn't?
listen.
We'll stick a link in
Have a
the
listen.
show notes so you can just click straight through
Exactly.
seamlessly. There's a sport-themed one, isn't there?
There is a sport theme one. That's my favourite episode. It's kind of it's like Cool Runnings meets Billy Elliot meets the Full Monty. So it's you can already see where the pieces are starting to
Ken
fall here,
Loach
guys.
did Cool Running.
Yeah,
with a bit more
exactly.
comedy.
That's the movie people want to see. But imagine that, but just in your ears.
Beautiful. And a Die Hardy one as well.
Die Hardy one, yeah, big action movie. That's actually set at a football game. So this is all,
Yeah.
this is the Crybabies universe is expanding all the time here. But they're very fun. They're very stupid, very silly, and dare I say, quite moving at times. Yeah,
Much like Big Sam's book.
much like Big Sam's
Same
book.
genre. Really. All right, we'll put a link in the show notes. You can also follow Ed at Ed Jones UK.
The worst handle in the world. Yes, that's Instagram and TikTok. That's
all
me.
the good places.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, do you want to take us back to
Take us back to the start. Yeah.
young Big Sam? It's hard to imagine young
Big Sam or Little Sam, as he was maybe known then, was born in Dudley in the West Midlands in 1954. So he was the youngest of 3 kids. In his book, he says that he was an accident after his parents had a rare night out.
Say no more.
Which everyone deserves that. And he was apparently a very talented gymnast.
Really?
When he was growing up, he used to vault the pommel horse like nobody had ever seen it.
Well, I think his parents vaulted the pommel horse on that one night out.
Once in a while.
Just once, rarely, but yeah, he gives up football, gives up the gymnastics for football, and by the time he's 14, he's already developed his signature style. So he says, "I was always a centre half and a dirty bastard at that," which is very on brand, really.
Yeah.
So he trains a bit with West Brom, Wolves, Aston Villa, until a Bolton scout comes calling. And this Bolton scout arranges a meeting with his parents. They invite him around to the house. And his dad decides that this warrants opening the best room in the house.
Here we go.
So, I'm picturing a very sort of traditional 60s household. They've got this one room that's immaculate, beautiful dining table.
Yeah,
nice
everything's covered in
chairs,
plastic.
silver cutlery, just in case the Queen comes round.
And you're never in there.
Yeah, you never use it. The rest of the time they're cramped around their little kitchen.
Yeah.
But when the Bolton scout comes calling, the big room gets opened.
You know the rules. Princess Margaret and the Bolton Scout.
Bolton Scout.
It's what they've been waiting for, really.
Get the good crockery.
Yeah. And the meeting goes well, and they invite Sam up for a trial. And for this trip, they decide to give his dad 150 quid in expenses, which is
That's a fair whack.
very
This
generous
is
of
like
them.
the 60s.
Yeah. So his dad, apparently, they give him 150 quid, and his dad's like, this is way too much. Gives them 130 quid back
In change.
in change.
And there's your 130 back.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much.
Which his mum is livid about, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like she's scratching around to make ends meet at home. They've suddenly been handed 150 quid.
I've done extra shifts this week.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know, $2,000 or
That's
something
a
now.
huge amount of cash.
Yeah.
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 To turn up in your living room,
Yeah.
just be like, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
brown
for you, mate.
envelope.
You enjoy that.
Yeah.
Very, very honest of his dad. Quite admirable.
Yeah.
And maybe that goodwill pays off, because Sam does end up signing for Bolton as an apprentice. He's on 4 quid a week. there.
4 quid.
So
okay.
when you think about that 150 quid, that would have been the best part of a year's
Yeah,
wages.
That is
for 10
insane.
months.
That's insane to give that amount of money back.
Yeah, so he joins Bolton as an apprentice, and they do these really grueling training sessions where they make them run for miles around Bolton. And the coaches, for some reason, insist on not giving them any water for this.
This is the peak of sports science.
Yeah. Anyway, he joins Bolton. He also suffers a really rough initiation from the senior players when he joins. So he said, they were drowning me in buckets of cold water, blackening my bollocks with boot polish.
Good crumbs.
How does that?
Can you imagine Martin Erdegaard say, like, yes, we have a really lovely thing where we get the new boys in and we put boot polish on their bollocks?
Lewis Miles Skelly is just cowering in the corner.
What is that? Is that just like you pin them down?
I guess
'cause
so.
It's like in
I
a little
mean-
tin, isn't it? Boot
Yeah.
polish. So you sort of-
They were quite sick and twisted in those
It's
days.
so,
really.
I always think, and it's so homoerotic as well. Yeah. I mean, there's been so many guys who would have just been so repressed, not able to, like, get their true feelings out there. They're just like, well, this is my channel. This is how I get
This
it
is-
out.
this is how
Let's
we
get the boot
welcome
polish
people,
out there.
Yeah. So that's the welcome that he gets, but he's still on 4 quid a week, which isn't a lot. And Big Sam decides to pick up this side job, working on a production line building record players.
In a boot polish.
Yeah, it's just scarred.
So make a record.
Making
Players.
record players, yeah, and also another job cutting grass in the local park.
Wow.
So it's
These are
it's,
1960s
proper
jobs.
honest work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard work. It's long hours. He's playing football on the side, but doesn't really feel like he's making much progress towards the first team. And at some point, he really considers throwing in the towel with the football dream, until he meets a girl called Lynn. And Sam and Lynn get on like a house on fire. He really has a soft spot for her. He actually tells her when they meet that he makes record players for a living, because
Hey, it's a sexy angle.
it's a sexy, yeah,
I'm in the music
she wants to
industry.
get.
Do you need 2 metric tons of boot polish? Because I can find a guy for you.
Cut your grass. Why does
So
he tell her that instead of footballer?
He says that he doesn't want to come across as all big time, being like,
Yeah.
I play for Bolton.
Actually, on 4 quid a week, yeah.
When actually he hasn't really achieved anything in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, she actually, when she finds out the truth, she almost dumps him for lying. Well, actually, almost might never have been with Sam and Lynn because he had a rival for her affections to begin with.
Oh.
None other than future snooker star Tony Knowles.
You're familiar with Tony Knowles,
You
Ed?
do have to kind of preface it with future snooker star. But Tony Knowles.
He was a
Sorry,
big deal.
future snooker star.
Yeah.
The great
Tony Knowles.
The great Tony Knowles.
He's the shagger.
Yeah, so he popped up. We did a snooker episode a little while back.
They were
and
very sexy snooker players.
So Tony Knowles especially, he was the heartthrob of the Bays in the
Say no
80s.
more.
Apparently grandmothers loved him for his smashing bottom. We're looking at a picture of him
it's
now.
so up
yeah.
a notch. Good heavens.
This is Tony Knowles.
The
in
only
his
picture I've
heyday.
ever seen of him is him in snooker gear with a naked woman or like
That's-
topless woman. Have you got that as
We
well?
got that.
At the Crucible.
Yeah, pretty much. I know it's a pub.
Good lord.
Pretty sure that's a pub top room, but
The trim's still not great, is
'cause
it?
didn't
The
he-
smolder is there, but it needs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas the
it's
one of
not
him in
doing
bed is
anything.
quite.
It is actually. You
sultry.
can see he's a looker.
I think he ruined his reputation though by admitting that he'd had threesomes and stuff, and all the grannies were like, "That's a bit rich for my boy."
Yeah, no, we like your bottom.
We like your
but that's
smashing
as far as it
bottom,
goes.
right?
Thank you.
Keep the waistcoat on, thank you. Hang on, so
But
what's
that's some serious competition for Sam when you got
Yeah.
smashing bottoms like that after your
Yeah.
leg.
where's Lynn having it off with Tony Knowles?
No, so apparently, her and Lynn and Sam were going out, but it was clear that Tony had a bit of a liking for her as well. And
Right.
sometimes they'd be out of the pub and Tony would accompany them home as well. And Sam could sort of see that. I think his pod shot for threesomes was crafted in his early days. It's
What are you guys up to now?
you got to try.
No, okay.
You got to try your luck. Fortunately, though, Big Sam does manage to see Tony off.
Very
no,
nice.
No threesomes for
Over
them.
15 frames.
So, yeah.
Playing for love.
Is Tony a Bolton sort of character?
So yeah, Tony is from Bolton. So I think when Sam moves there, then they
Right, because it's like Jimmy White
Counter
with
each
the Rolling
other.
Stones and Tony Knowles
Yeah.
is with a young Bolton no-nonsense centre
He
back
picked the right lane.
trying to hook up threesomes with Bolton youth players.
and his wife Lynn. He turns pro at the age of 17, so it's pretty young.
Fair play, Sam.
Instantly named Bolton's Young Player of the Season, first season. So
Come on.
he's a star, a rising star. And his manager, Ian Greaves, has a pretty unique way of encouraging him to perform on the pitch. He says, Ian would throw me a fag after games if I'd done well, and I'd smoke it in the bath. So that's different era football, isn't it?
It just, doesn't it get you so nostalgic? You think, what a time to
Yeah.
be playing as a professional football player.
Snooker stars were heartthrobs. Footballers smoked fags in the bath in the dressing room. Take me back.
That's as good as Planet Earth ever got. That was the apex.
Are there any managers do you think would ever do that? Maybe you'd have like Russell Martin throw you a blueberry vape.
What's his name? Sorry. He'll let you chew on his cigarette butt.
Yeah. Who's the really handsome guy? Is it Rob Edwards who was at Luton?
Yeah, the one who what does he say? He said something like, "I'm the fittest man in Europe."
He's a
or
very
something
good
like
looking lad, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe giving out like signed pictures of his
Yeah.
like of his calendar.
that. Bit of snooze, maybe they'd give you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's not quite the same, is it?
it's quite erotic actually. Just pop a stick.
Yeah, can I just?
Have a sip of prime electric iceberry.
Yeah.
But I like it just as a sort of win bonus. Just
Yeah.
have a Woodbines.
Yeah. I hope it was formally written down in the contract as well.
Yeah, 2
It's like
fags.
clean sheet, 2 fags, 1 bath.
So the fans, this is also kind of quaint. The Bolton fans nickname him Super Sam Bionic Man because he would crunch into tackles and still get up.
Too long as a
Is it a
nickname,
chant
surely.
though? Super Sam Bionic Man.
Yeah.
Too short now.
It's too short. It's too short. We've got to come in with a second verse, guys.
So I think the idea is basically like he looks like he's obviously destroying his opponent, but also himself, and then he just gets back up. 'Cause he's a big bastard. Apparently, he was very uncomfortable with the ball.
Yeah, that checks out.
Harry Bassett, he went on to manage Wimbledon. He said of him, he's what I'd call a ball-playing defender, he'd play with your balls. It's pretty rewind stuff.
So much testicle action.
Loads. Yeah. And then he'd blacken them with boot polish. So he's a top flight footballer, but obviously different era. He's on more than £4 a week, but he's still working on the side, running a spare car parts business with his brother-in-law. Because you did, right? And then you probably ran a pub
Everyone
when
that
you
was like
retired.
military service at the time. Is that you have to run a spare car parts
with your
factory,
brother-in-law,
whether or not you've got a brother. You have to do it.
Just make it work. Anyway, maybe it's those tricky business ventures and tough footballer wages in the 70s which led Sam into a life of crime. Because one day, Sam Allardyce is shopping in the Bolton B&Q. He's looking for an adapter for his garden hose.
Yeah, because he now runs a garden hose business on the side
he's
as well.
got that too.
Lest we forget.
Checking out the competition. So he's in there shopping. He picks up one part, picks up another part, and he's sort of testing how they screws them together. And he's like, yep, that feels right. Takes it to the checkout, buys it, no problem. On his way out, Big Sam feels a big hand on his shoulder. It is the shop security guard. Do you mind showing me a receipt for that, please, sir? Big Sam has paid for one part of the garden hose.
No.
But he's walked out with two. And therefore, he is committed theft.
This is why we've got to bring back the death penalty, guys.
Yeah. Certainly lop a hand off for that. So this security guard leads Sam into a back room where he sort of begins interrogating him, shows him do they have CCTV?
Yeah. Or like a kind of stenographer
shows him the tape.
typing out everything.
I saw you, sir. Did you pay for that part? And, you think in this situation, local footballer, you might not recognise him back in those days, but,
this is Super Sam Bionic Man, thank you.
Yeah, and I run a car parts business. I know how it is. I'm not, I'm no thief. But the security guard sees it differently and dials the old bill.
No.
They rock up, cuff him, take him to the station where they throw him in a cell for 5 hours.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, so they actually take his shoelaces and belt. They take a mugshot, which sadly I can't find.
Yeah, but he'd look gorgeous
I
in
bet
it,
this is
lest we
Harry Styles
forget.
era, isn't it? Yeah. It could be Mick Jagger. It's the same mugshot.
Could be on that hot convict Instagram
yeah.
page.
Hot fellas.
Chunky
Hot fellas.
fellas.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was front page news in the Bolton Evening News. It's a big story.
Yeah.
Young Player of the Year, top flight footballer, nicking stuff from B&Q.
5 hours in a cell seems harsh for a bit of a hose adapter.
Yeah.
Well,
I've obviously
depends
given
which bit of the hose.
Sam's side of the story.
Yeah.
It's possible that he knew that both parts were to be built separately. And he gets away with it. Still at large.
Yeah. He's on the lamb at this point.
Yeah. And actually, in more positive news, in the same year, Sam and Lynn get married.
Oh.
So he's only 19 at this point.
Yes, he's already lived like more life than we will in our entire lifetimes.
I thought I'd say that about Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, it's been in and out of the slammer. Lynn takes him back. Maybe she likes that.
The redemptive
she
power
likes
of
a bad
love.
boy.
He's had a threesome with a snooker star.
In
Possibly.
a prison cell.
No, they get married. Big Sam has an excellent outfit for his wedding. He's got 27-inch flares, this wide lapel jacket and platform shoes.
Is 27 inches the waist? No.
20. I don't think so.
What do you mean? Oh, like the
27-inch flares.
the flare.
jazz. Like,
That's where he
look at it.
smuggles all of the hose.
Yeah, exactly. You can fit a lot of hose adapters up there.
On the pitch, though, things aren't going quite so well because Bolton are relegated that season, and Sam eventually leaves and becomes a bit of a journeyman after this. He does brief spells at Sunderland and then at Millwall in Division 3. Eventually, though, he falls out of favour at the Den, and he's sort of scratching around for a club at this point. Nobody's coming in for him. But yeah, he's got a few more playing years left in him, and he later moves on to 4th tier Preston in the late 80s, and he gets promoted with them. But his spell there is probably more famous for an end-of-season trip to Spain. So the team arrive there like a pack of hungry sick formers, and they head down to the beach where, according to those present, Sam is dressed in a thong, and he bastes himself in tanning oil. So he's sweltering there in the Iberian heat like a rotisserie chicken on the beach.
Wow.
But
I might have to take a pause. This is intense.
A thong.
big Sam, very big Sam in a thong, covered in tanning oil. But, after a bit of time sunbathing, he realises that he craves man-on-man contact. And so he decides to draw a circle in the sand and challenges his teammates to a sumo wrestle. And
A Samo wrestle.
Samo.
a Samo wrestle, exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
immediately destroy that from any record of evidence. That never happened.
Got to try him.
Big Sumo. And obviously Big Sam, he's a big guy. And one by one, his teammates come forth to challenge him. And he dispatches them, sends them sprawling across the sand. There's these bikini-clad women sat up on their towels, admiring
Holding the round numbers as they go on.
Yeah, marveling at this titan of a man. And eventually, there's only one teammate remaining. It's the slight 5'4" midfielder Ronnie Hildersley from Kirkcaldy.
Pulls off his mask. It's the snooker guy from before. To take his revenge.
And, Ronnie's about the size of one of Big Sam's legs, so nobody's giving him a chance. But as they're waiting to see him annihilated by Sam, Ronnie does him over with a precision judo trip.
Oh, my word.
And Big Sam's on his back. The crowd's going wild. And as a forfeit, his teammates decide that Big Sam should be buried up to his neck in the sand. So that's what they do. And to make matters even worse, they get their boombox and position it right by his head and start blasting out punk rock, which apparently Big Sam can't stand.
Well, he's a man of taste.
Yeah. He's a bit of a pop girly, actually. We'll come on to it later.
Yeah.
So he wants Madonna, and they've given him pistols.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a nightmare, really. And they then abandon him. The rest of the team go off to the pub, and he's left there in this, sweltering heat.
Yeah.
Buried up to his neck. And by the time they come back, a few hours later, his face is neon pink. And he's both hungry and angry. And
right, two things. I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I'm angry.
And eventually they relent and take pity and dig the beast out of the sand. And he storms back to the hotel, where apparently he shovels 11 fried eggs down his throat.
11. So just walk straight to the bar. You, Pedro.
I don't
11 eggs.
I don't want 12. That's too many. Bring me 11.
Yeah.
And then I'll be fine.
Anyway, that's basically the end of his career, isn't it? After he leaves Preston, he's then on to trying his hand at management. So he does a stint in Ireland at Limerick, where I believe he wins the league.
Nice.
I think that's his only league.
Thongs for everyone.
Yeah, he wins the sumo wrestling tournament, which is all he really cared about. I think that's his only league title. Oh, sorry, top flight league title.
Okay, right.
Give the man his credit. After that, he does a few assistant manager roles sort of around England. And then finally, he's back at his favourite club, Bolton, where he lands the top job. So we're in 1999 now.
Yes, absolutely. There's quite a beautiful poeticism to him returning back to where it all began.
Because he is actually grew up as a Wolves fan.
Yeah, and he also he's from Dudley, so he's not that close to Bolton.
No. It's just because he got that scout came down.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yes, it's kind of a dream come true. I don't know if club legend would have been the right term at the time. I'm actually not sure. But by the end of it, he certainly is. Because as we all know, he does very well at Bolton. So he takes the job. It's 99. He inherits a good squad, we should say. You've got Jussi Jääskeläinen, Idager Johnson.
Yes,
Dean
of course.
Holdsworth, Mark Fish.
Dean Holdsworth? Is Dean Holdsworth?
Yeah, Dean Holdsworth is a handy striker, wasn't he? Wimbledon
I
guy.
don't know,
Yeah.
The Welsh guy. Yeah. I mean, look, he's decent. And as we said, he's actually very ahead of his time. So thanks to his stint at Tampa Bay, he's learned all sorts of sports science. And so he comes in and, a bit like Arsene Wenger's doing at the exact same time at Arsenal, he brings in all this like new data they're tracking around scouting, hires a nutritionist, a psychologist.
Well, it was chewing. Chewing was the big Wenger thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, timing them chew, or making them chew for longer.
Yeah.
And banning Mars bars.
That was it.
Yeah. Which I guess Big Sam's probably doing similar.
Or he's just chewing Mars bars.
Yeah. Fried eggs. 11 fried eggs. Protein. He also introduces heart rate monitors in training, which is cutting edge.
This is kind of like Steve Jobs stuff.
But not every player warms to it. Much like how the Arsenal players were chanting, "We want our Mars bars back" in the back row of the team bus. Ian Marshall, who's a defender/striker, I learned. Can't say I remember him. He's training at home, and they're all told to do some training at home and wear your heart rate monitor and bring it in the next day. Ian just straps it to his dog. sent it off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's the thinking man's footballer.
I don't know what sort of reading you'd get from that.
Yeah.
Cover a lot of ground, I guess.
He stood by this tree for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, you're very fit. Anyway, it works though, these methods. And in the first season under Big Sam, Bolton get to the semis of the FA and League Cup,
Yeah, nice.
and they reach the playoffs in the second tier. They don't go up, but the following season they do.
But that's quite an achievement, isn't it? To be a second tier team reaching the
Yeah, it's
semi-finals.
weird how often it's both cups. And anyway, so in his second season, they're promoted. They finish runners up in what becomes the championship. Up to the Premier League they go.
the promised land.
Sam Allardyce is a Premier League manager. Naturally, the bookies write them off. They're odds on to go down. But then they win their first 3 games and go top of the league.
Nice.
Yeah, and the Bolton fans they're in dreamland.
They're celebrating. They're frying eggs every morning.
Well, actually, he's got some new incentives for his players, far more exotic than fried eggs.
Poached eggs.
So he decides to introduce this principle. He says in his book, if we lost by more than 3, the players had to eat sheep's testicles. But if we won by more than 3, then the backroom staff and I had to eat them. You needed plenty of sauce on them to get through it, I can tell you. Sorry, I've gone full Yorkshire there. What sauce do you think that is? Red.
or maybe like, a béarnaise. Maybe there's actually
something
you've got-
rich.
At that point, they should have like a club chef who's maybe actually.
We've got a nutritionist, yeah.
Yeah. We're making it a bit more
Spirulina
palatable.
sauce.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and if you
Yeah.
get it in season,
I think it's got to be brown sauce.
Yeah,
for Big
red or
Sam.
brown.
yeah, until it's like complete. You can't even see anything. It's just like a kind of a lumpy sea of
Because I
brown.
imagine a sheep's testicle to be quite rich. I think. A lot of flavours.
I'd imagine
Yeah.
very sinewy in
Are they
my head.
crunchy?
No, I'd have thought they'd be like quite rubbery.
Oh, yeah.
Or is there a pop? Is there a moment of pop?
Oh, God. Black and with
Do you,
boot
yeah,
polish.
do you eat them whole? Do you have to put them in the mouth hole? That,
Well, it depends on the culture. I believe in Bolton they do eat them whole. I believe.
Simon with a swallower, actually. Yeah. It's like an oyster, just get it down. Anyway, this new win bonus sort of incentive works, and they stay up. And then they make those very good signings. So a lot of us remember this era. JJ Okocha, Ivan Campo. I feel like Ivan Campo came from Inter Milan or something.
Was it? Yeah. Did he come from Madrid?
Yeah, maybe it's
Madrid,
Real Madrid. Yeah, it was like a big name signing. And of course, Bernard Mendy from PSG. On
Phenomenal.
loan.
These are the insane clubs to be signed to be going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Bolton. Or
Yeah.
do these people like? Do you think these players know what Bolton is?
I think they're like,
Yeah.
there's this guy, he's leading a bit of a revolution
Yeah.
in terms of he will make you eat sheep's testicles. It's not all plain sailing.
It's like Ivan
Does-
Campo. This getting translated to it. But
You're liking me, where's the thong? It's European. Bernard Mendy actually, because he was sort of like, I think they had him on loan, he was a rapid right back, and he ends up getting in this huge training ground fight with another player who joined that season, Bülent Akin, this Turkish fella. And Sam said it was the most violent fight he'd ever seen.
Wow.
Full stop.
And he would have seen some brawls.
Yeah, he would have
In his-
perpetrated
in
a
his
few, I
grass
imagine,
cutting days, yeah.
Tony Knowles probably caught one. So apparently he said basically on the training ground they're battering each other with punches. It's not slapping stuff. It's
Yeah.
like really going for each other. They're pulled apart. Sam drags Mendy one way. The coaches drag Akin Bülent the other way. And Sam's furious. He's like, what the hell are you doing? You're completely messing up training. Drags him straight to his office, like pushing him the whole way through the door. Sit down there. Explain yourself, son. And just as Bernard is beginning to say, well, gaffer, what happened is suddenly the door flies open and it's Akin Bülent, who then...
Round 2.
Yep, round 2. And he brings the noise this time. He charges across the room. And
He's in a thong this time. He's in his business.
you and me, Sumo. He charges in and flies in with a Cantonar Kung Fu kick to the neck.
No way.
Yeah. Sam says he almost decapitates him. I mean,
Good lord, that would be such. What a weird press conference to have to then like describe.
well,
the
you know,
boys are
these
in good
things-
shape. One player has lost a head, but we're working around that. We're gonna check with him on Saturday morning.
doing that in your manager's office while your other colleague while they're just like having a meeting
Yeah, to the
is
neck.
pretty
Yeah.
mental.
Yeah, because also the manager will always play down the training ground fight. It'd be like, it's
Yeah,
good
of
to see some
course.
intensity.
Yeah.
You know, it shows they
These
care.
things happen.
Wonder if
yeah.
he knocked before. I'll wait.
Can I come in? Yeah.
It's the element of
Oh,
surprise.
he's busy. Someone's in there.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. I noticed both players left that summer.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, you
To
know,
become kickboxers.
yeah. Become sumo wrestlers in the Balearics. But anyway, Bolton avoid relegation yet again. They're flying in the Premier League.
And they have another couple of good years in the Premier League. So gets to the League Cup final in 2004, loses to Middlesbrough. And they finished 6th the following season, so qualified for Europe.
Oh, that's the season.
That's
yeah.
really impressive. What year was that again?
This was 2005,
5.
I believe.
Yeah, that was. I was looking through a period of like so I'm an Arsenal fan, but looking through a period of like 2003 to 2006, looking at Arsenal Bolton results.
They had a big rivalry, right?
They had it was officially
always-
like Bolton were the bogey team for a long time, and yeah, apparently in those like there was one season where I think they took 4 points off us. You're like, yeah. But it was, I think the two of them just had such disdain for each other.
Yeah.
For each other's
Wenger.
style.
Yeah. Like he goes on the book about how pompous he thinks Arsene Wenger is.
I do agree.
Yeah, which I think.
But it's interesting they both were science guys. I mean, maybe I've overemphasized this
Yeah.
point. But Big Sam. 11 eggs.
He really riles up a lot of those top managers by getting results against them.
Just doing them. Yeah.
But I mean, when you look at that, like finishing 6th, getting to the League Cup final for Bolton, that's
If you're
pretty
Eddie Howe
amazing,
doing that,
really.
you're getting a lot of pats on the back.
And
Yeah.
did they play in
Yeah,
UEFA Cup then?
yeah.
They qualify for Europe.
Yeah, I guess they do. I
Don't
don't
think it
don't
went that
remember
way.
how they do in it, but yeah, this is sort of when his stock is at its highest. And in 2006, when Sven leaves the England job, Big Sam is interviewed for it, and I kind of think this is the time that he really
That's
should
peak
have
of
got
his
it.
powers, you'd
Yeah.
say, right? Yeah.
In terms of respect.
Yeah.
Because you want to be on the way, you want a trajectory of
and
upwards.
what you've achieved. Yeah. That felt like maybe a missed op.
Yeah, they go for Steve McLaren instead, which ended well.
The rest is history.
The rest is history, really. And there's more bad news for Big Sam when BBC release a panorama investigation into him, where they basically accuse him of taking bungs. So it was all
What is a bung?
sort of payments, really. So all related to his son Craig, who was an agent, and he basically promised this undercover reporter special access to Allardyce.
So this is the sting before the sting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was in exchange for some sort of cut of the transfer fee or something. Big Sam says the whole thing was a stitch up, and he refuses for ages to do interviews with the BBC as a result of it. And actually, Harry Redknapp also refuses in solidarity with him.
Really?
Weren't they also trying to do Redknapp as well? Solidarity.
This is Harry Redknapp.
Harry
who had-
Redknapp has never broken the law
Yeah.
anyway.
This is Harry Redknapp, who had a secret Monaco bank account in his dog's name.
I will not watch Question Time. I absolutely refuse.
Is it Stockport manager? I want to say Jim Gannon, the guy who won't give interviews to Sky because they haven't fixed his set-top box. So he won't talk to Sky Sports. I think he is now talking to him.
That's great. Another part I really enjoyed of this scandal is, so Sam recalls it in his book, which, as we mentioned, was published in 2015, just before he got the England job, and recalls this whole saga, and he says, "I vowed I would never again put myself in a position where I could be accused of taking money."
Never again.
Which lasted about 3 months. Anyway, after his very successful time at Bolton, Big Sam does a short stint at Newcastle, which really doesn't go to plan. He's sacked after 8 months.
That's the one with the really famous clip of the fan behind him. So there's a lovely shot of him, like of Allardyce in profile, and there's a fan behind him, stood up, going like, "You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing." And it's proper, and you can tell that he can hear absolutely every single word, but he's just got that stoic like.
Yeah, what do
Nope,
you do?
nope, just
you
watch it
can
again.
turn around, but you might make it a lot worse.
Oh, and if he turns around, that's
I think
kicking
he's the
off.
sort of manager who, if he turned around and gave it back to the guy, a lot of people would respect it.
Yeah.
Whereas if Alan Pardew did it, people would be like, wanker. Because Alan Pardew would be like, yeah, mate, how much do you earn a week? You know what I mean? Whereas
yeah.
Big Sam would sort of...
Or that horrible like, what were you?
Yeah.
What? What were you saying? Yeah, thought so.
But I think if you're like Harry Redknapp or Big Sam, you could turn around and just be like...
An intimidating presence as well.
Yeah, like a John
Yeah.
Prescott punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a certain type of character.
I kind of feel like this Newcastle job is where public mood sort of turns against him, because his stock's high when he's at Bolton, but after this he sort of becomes a manager he don't really want at your club.
Yeah.
I think
Because he's I guess Newcastle at that time. So what's that? 2007.
7.
So I guess they're not like the job has gone from not trying to keep your team in the league. It's a bit more upward facing.
Yeah,
It's a
I
bit
think
more
this
like
is
we
when
wanna
Mike
be
Ashley
finishing
took over.
Yeah,
mid-table.
Mike
around
Ashley's
this time.
0708, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this when like Charles and Zogby and players like
Yes.
that? are
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
coming
yeah,
into it?
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
It's not as decent squad.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't work out for him there, and he moves on to Blackburn. And while he's at Blackburn, Sam actually has a bit of health issues. He has some heart trouble, and goes to see a doctor who gives him a very
11
frank.
fried eggs.
Yeah, that will do it. I think the doctor probably cottons onto that sort of diet and gives him a pretty frank diagnosis. He says, "Let's be honest, you're a bit of a fat bastard, aren't you?"
Wow.
Wow, bedside manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he does give him some heart medication as well
Yeah.
and sorts him out. But maybe that was what Sam needed to hear, really.
The ugly truth.
Bit of honesty.
Yeah, tough.
Some home truths. But he does recover from that and gets back to work and saves Blackburn from relegation in his first season. So he's beginning to get this like relegation saviour.
It's difficult
role.
to shed, isn't it? Once you
Yeah.
become who else is kind of like that? I thought
Steve
Hodgson
Bruce,
suffered from that a little
yeah.
bit, that he couldn't quite like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Bruce in a big way.
Sean Dyche.
Yeah,
But he stays around a bit longer. Like
yeah,
it's not now.
yeah. Well, Big Sam does stick around a bit at Blackburn. The following season, he finishes 10th, which is a good job, really. And there are the beginnings of signs that the success is going to his head. So he's asked around this time about his prospect of managing one of the Prem's top teams. And he replies, "Well, I think I'd be more suited to Internazionale or Real Madrid. It wouldn't be a problem for me to go and manage one of those clubs because I would win the double or the league every time."
I'm just picturing him like, who would have been at Inter at that time? Like
That would have been their really good
Adriano, is
Jose
he?
Mourinho team.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
the Jose Mourinho team.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eto'o.
Eto'o, what, like, or Ibrahimovic at that point at that time as well.
Yeah.
God, yeah, him trying to explain.
I would
explain to
love that.
Zlatan, like,
Yeah.
just get your bastard noggin on it, mate. That's how you do it.
Good work.
Him and Florentino Perez in a Madrid taperia.
Yeah.
He later reveals what he thinks it is that's holding him back from taking those jobs. So he says, "I won't ever be going to a top 4 club because I'm not called Allardici."
Yeah. This is a grain of truth.
There is
to it.
something there.
Yeah.
There is certainly something there. I think he could have maybe picked a slightly better. You know, I think he could have put that in a writer's
Yeah.
room. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
must be something here. We can improve on it.
Yeah, there's a more subtle way of making the
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Although
yeah.
Allardici is a great. Has he written that before?
He actually said a friend of his had made that exact point to him that, you know, if your name was Allardici, then you'd
He's
be
just pinched
managing Arsenal.
Yeah, it is also
And-
his style of play, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Although I guess Mourinho's not. Anyway, anyway, yeah. So Florentino Perez doesn't call despite those comments, and so he goes to the Championship with West Ham, who, to be fair, he brings straight back up. And that year, he is the special guest at Ronnie Wood's charity Christmas ball,
Here we
where he
go.
dresses up as Cheryl Cole and performs "Fight for This Love." We're looking at a picture of it. Do you know it's that music video where she's in like a sort of pink, like military?
Yes, yeah, the
I
kind
mean, we've
of
got
like,
a picture of Cheryl Cole as well.
Yes.
Looking, yeah.
Well,
he's
which
done
one is
really well
which
with
one
the
is
That's him
which
at the
there? Okay.
So he hasn't
All right,
got.
so Sam is the one in the pub.
Yeah.
Yes, that's sure. Yeah, okay,
I mean,
okay. Yeah.
he's got the Britney microphone.
Yeah, he's done well
there.
He's got the sort of military garb, but
Cheeky bit of thigh on show that he's got
Yeah.
there as well.
yeah, not quite hot pants.
God, it
but
was just a
short.
different. There was less going on in Planet Earth, wasn't there, at that time? Yeah, less to worry about.
But I think it's a running thing that he does like all these performances where he dresses up as.
He feels like a showman, an actual
He
showman.
is, yeah.
He said, I think he goes to Ronnie Wood's charity thing every year. There was another year he said he performed "Is This the Way to Amarillo" with Sammy Lee, you know, his
Still dressed as
long-term
Cheryl
assistant.
Cole.
Yeah.
Weirdly in Cheryl Cole's outfit.
I've got one costume, boys. I'm going to get my money's worth.
Anyway, back in the Premier League, West Ham they're one of the relegation candidates, but they rally at the end of the season. They finished 13th. It's another feature, isn't it? That late season he's very
Yeah,
good
big
at.
sir. And he would always, like, late stage career, always getting the call with like 10 games to go. And be like, this is like the A team.
Get Big Sam. He's almost
Yeah.
a punchline in
Yeah.
that respect.
Yeah.
But actually, he gets a lot of plaudits for that, although not everyone is a fan. So after a 0-0 draw with Chelsea, Jose Mourinho brands his style 19th century football.
That's coming from Jose. as
Also
well.
coming from
Come off
fucking-
it.
yeah, from Mr. Part of the Bus. Although Big Sam isn't afraid to dish that out himself. So the following season, he riles up Louis van Gaal they lose to United, and he says, "Yeah, we just couldn't cope with United's long ball football." And Louis van
Very
Gaal's so
nice.
incensed that he makes printouts at home, and he gives one to each journalist. It's like a pamphlet stapled together, showing stills of all the players.
Wow, that's proper Trump, isn't it? Like getting your big graphics
Yeah.
out.
I think it's,
yeah.
it's what they call head loss, isn't it? Rattled.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Well, anyway, he leaves West Ham at the end of that season, and then he keeps Sunderland up, which is quite impressive. Sunderland are slashing budgets at this point. But it doesn't help the sort of relegation specialist image. There's a great video of him celebrating in Marbella where he's dancing to Rihanna. Watching it now.
Dancing is quite a strong word, isn't it?
He's pumping the fist. He's in the suit that he would wear on the touchline. Which
Yeah.
doesn't feel very Marbella, does it?
Yeah.
Does he just wear that at all
Yeah,
times?
do you wear in Marbella? Surely
Turning up in a full Sunderland tracksuit.
Maybe it's those moves that finally compel the FA to give Big Sam the credit that he deserves. He gets the England job in 2016. And this is England at their lowest ebb. So we just crashed out of Euro 2016 to Iceland.
This is, yep.
That's Roy Hodgson's gone.
Roy Hodgson's gone. And to be fair, you can see their thinking really. Like Big Sam's this relegation specialist. He's good at bringing together a group of probably not the most talented
It's quite
players,
a low
but-
quality bunch, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Adam Lallana, I remember, was a big
He scored in
feature of that
Sam's only
time.
game, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's probably why I'm thinking of him.
Mm.
But yes, that sort of 2016. Yeah, late, like Vardy trying to burst onto the scene, but then like Sturridge is
Yeah.
keeping him out of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, odd-
have you
odd-
got?
Who were the other
Those
managers?
players
I've got
there.
like Steve Bruce.
I think
or
this was like Leighton Baines at left back and like Ryan Bertrand or someone.
Yeah.
Kane taking
was-
corners.
It was yeah. It was. We were the Sunderland of international football.
Yeah,
really.
so it makes perfect
So-
sense.
So it makes quite a
Get the
lot of
man in.
sense. But still, it's not seen as the most inspiring choice in all quarters, and everyone has an opinion on it. So Slaven Bilic, the former West Ham manager, comes out on TV and says, "The players will respect him. He's a big man. He's Big Sam. You see him on the television, he fills the screen. You are looking for the board with the sponsors' names behind. Where have they gone? You can't see them."
He's laid it on thick there. To clarify, I'm saying that he is fat.
That's his like letter of recommendation that the FA ever said. Have you got any references that we could see? Yeah, this
Very
guy says he's got a
big.
massive head.
I like the idea that Slaven is like, he's sort of making his point and he's just seeing like a glazed expression.
Yeah.
He's just like really like labouring. It's like, you see the sponsors. You cannot see the sponsors because he's Big Sam. He's
You
big.
understand the point I'm making?
Anyway, Big Sam, he does get the job, of course. And in his first game, his only game as it turns out, he gets a 1-0 win over Slovakia.
Right, the
95th
Titans.
minute winner
Was it?
from Adam Lallana.
Wow.
So it was a lot of same old England feeling.
Yeah, of course.
And after the game, it was a win's a win was sort of the
Yeah, it's fine.
feeling.
Mm.
A lot of that team is the Southgate team. I had a look. It's Danny Rose, but actually maybe Danny Rose played on the Southgate.
Yeah,
You got
like
Dele Alli,
Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer. Like it's a lot of the
Okay.
team who go to
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah,
So
wow.
you could say that he built the foundations for this
He
success.
built the
of-
house. that
I
Gaz
would
lived
say
in.
that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Big Sam never gets to see the fruits of his labour, though, because 3 weeks later, the Telegraph publish a bombshell article, "Football for Sale." And Sam is pictured sitting down with undercover reporters who are posing as these Asian businessmen. And we're looking at a picture of this meeting. And obviously it's mainly remembered for the supposed pint of wine that he's drinking. But
It's always such an unflattering, like secret hidden cameras
Yeah.
are never going to get you at like a flattering kind of ring light angle.
They're coming
It's
from
always
below
going to
the
be from the
paunch.
waist, getting as many chins as we can. Thank you.
sort of see what Slaven was onto. But I've got to say, looking at this picture again, that is not a pint of wine. That's a pint of beer.
Yeah.
It's got a
That's
head.
very much a pint of beer, please.
Because it's got a
guys.
head. And in the foreground on the left, you can see a full pint of maybe Guinness that the person with the hidden camera's got.
Yeah.
Not drinking, which should have alerted Sam.
Yes.
They're not sipping
Hang
that
on.
pint quick enough.
This guy keeps on talking onto a secret box in his lapel.
I would love to wear one of those hidden cameras just once.
Do you think you'd handle the pressure?
No, I'm a terrible liar.
I
I'd go
can't.
bright
I
red.
would be an awful
Be talking very
undercover.
quickly,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's a pint of beer.
That's a
isn't it?
pint of beer.
I don't want to ruin
there's-
the.
No, I think credit where credit's due. The man's drinking a beer from a beer glass.
Yeah. There are wine glasses on the table. If he was drinking wine, he would be using one of the wine glasses.
Unless he just told the sommelier came over and said, no, not in there, please, man.
Yeah. Is it like a curry setting? To have a pint with a meal feels quite curry.
It feels
doesn't
quite curry
Yeah.
adjacent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what have they got him doing? What's
So
the
anyway,
sting?
the accusation that the Telegraph makes is that Big Sam was meeting with these, I think they were football agents, or he thought they were football agents, and he was telling them how to get around the FA's rules on third-party ownership of players.
Which is shifted. That immediately sounds shifted, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think it was he'd agreed to like a 400 grand payment. That was what was on the table.
Was that for like talk for kind of being like a spokesperson or
No,
something?
like consulting.
Consulting.
Because to get around FA rules, considering he's just taken a job with the FA.
Yeah, on 5 million is the
million.
contract, by the way.
It's not bad.
Like, what the hell was he thinking?
Yeah.
That is when you think. I wonder then, because if he spent a lot of his career being like, oh, I'll never manage a top 4 team, but I'm the best, I really should be given my chance. Does he sort of actually play that for a bit of always being the underdog? Because then if he gets to the top position and then immediately sort of flunks it, do you know what I mean?
Well,
Is he
it's
sort of
self-sabotage?
almost in a way? Is that more his character? Is to be the like, woe is me,
Yeah.
put upon Big Sam?
It's what you mean. You almost want. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's
Maybe
very odd.
there's some psychoanalysis
Yeah,
going on.
maybe
Yeah.
this
But then, like Sven met with a fake shake, didn't he? These guys, they were just,
He
there was like a
cool.
naivety to it. I think it's that this stuff was so endemic in football that it didn't really feel like it was wrong.
It was just. It was like.
And so you just
this
take
is a
the
lunch.
meetings
Yeah.
because the Telegraph end up retracting part of it, and basically the regulator says like he was definitely entertaining the conversation, but he wasn't actually saying I will help you get around.
It
the
wasn't
rules.
that naughty, but it's a
Yeah,
bit
so he didn't
naughty,
actually like subvert the rules, but shouldn't have been in that meeting. There's also a bit of it where they talk to him about agents getting bungs, and he's
Yeah.
like, "I didn't just hear that, you idiot."
Nope.
He goes,
No,
"What
no,
are
no.
you doing? I did not just hear that. Have that conversation away from me." So I don't know. It's kind of like you have these encounters in football all the time.
Yeah, and he must have come up. Yeah, where like you say, it was just absolutely everywhere. You couldn't get away from it.
And
was
then it
just like-
suddenly changed. I don't know. It's hard to really understand unless you're in it. Doesn't he also just say some quite embarrassing stuff?
Yeah, so he slags off Roy Hodgson as well to the.
Oh yeah, makes fun of
this
his speech impediment.
Yeah, so he says, "Oh, he sent them to sleep, Roy. Why? He hasn't got the personality for it."
2 more sheep's testicles.
He also tells him Gary Neville, who was Hodgson's assistant at Euro 2016. He says, Gary should have been told to sit down and shut up.
That's absolutely fair enough. I remember seeing the footage of him and Hodgson on the sideline in that Iceland game, and like Gary Neville, it's just like you're not the manager.
yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Apparently, he persuaded Hodgson to bring on Marcus Rashford or something.
Oh
Wasn't it
right,
that?
it was a bit like was it Ronaldo when he got injured in
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that was
in
so
20
annoying.
in
On
that
the
that
touchline,
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously after this interview comes out, the FA sack Big Sam. It lasts just 67 days, shortest ever England manager.
Wow.
Although only one with a 100% record.
100%.
So,
You can't deny the facts.
yeah.
It's quite sad. What might have been.
Isn't that interesting thinking about how like joyful the 2018 World Cup was? Imagining what it would have been like.
Would it have been that? It would have been a bit more Mike Bassett, England manager, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
A
mean,
bit more ramshackle and less sort of solemn.
But then again, if we're 1-0 up against Croatia and Big Sam's in charge,
Yeah,
would you be like, well,
exactly.
actually, he is going to,
Yeah.
he'll park the bus, shut up shop.
Because we had good fixtures. I think Big Sam's getting past Colombia and.
Oh yeah, and Sweden. I think it was a
Sweden,
quarter final.
yeah.
Absolutely, we should have got to the final.
Do
Yeah,
you think he ekes out the win once the Trippier free kicks in?
I think
kind of
he's like,
do.
I think
He
he's
gets
like,
smashed in
get
the final.
everyone off. Yeah. or
Who would France have preferred to face, Southgate or Allardyce in the final?
I wonder.
Southgate.
Probably
Mind you, he probably
Southgate,
would have
yeah.
like got through to the final and then be like, boys, we're going out.
Yeah.
We're in Russia. There's some weird shit we can do here.
I wonder if, because apparently a lot of what the FA liked about him was that he was like, I'm going to make playing for England fun again, which is what Southgate did in a quite a different, more of a sort of trust the process way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you get the same, or would the players have sort of still sat on their separate United and Liverpool tables?
Yeah.
And then, all right, I think maybe he does all right at that World Cup, but I'm not sure you get the near success at the Euros, the subsequent 2 Euros. You know what I mean?
No, I think you're right.
You don't get like 7 years or 6 years of England being like contenders.
Yeah, and generally like some incredible results. Yeah,
But you probably get that one World Cup.
but I think he could have reached it.
Maybe.
I reckon. I don't think it's outlandish to say certainly a final. I think he could have got us through that centre. Yeah.
Well, anyway, it doesn't happen. And within 3 months, he's back in club management at Crystal Palace, which I find that like a bit depressing.
It's weird. Also, him managing like south of the sort of
Yeah,
Derby.
it's not right.
Watford
But
gap.
that feels weird. It feels like he's spent his whole managerial life up in that sort of like northeast space. Yeah, to then come down. Mind you, he did West Ham as well, didn't he?
Did West Ham.
true.
Yeah, he's done it. He's been been around the boy.
Unfortunately, he then goes to Everton, so conforms to your
Rules.
rules, your new
The
rules.
travel card is really it's getting its money as well.
And then he goes to West Brom. So this is when he's full relegation specialist. So
So my point has absolutely zero validity.
Well, it's Midlands.
He only managed
Yeah.
north and south and sometimes right in the middle.
he's from Dudley as well. I feel like we've been doing a Yorkshire accent throughout.
Yeah, bless him.
Anyway, he goes to West Brom. This is actually, there's that video of him when he goes to West Brom where his accent suddenly sounds much more Dudley again. More
Oh,
Dudley.
she's right back again.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard one to place. But West Brom, he takes over in December. They're 19th, and he can't pull it off for the first time ever. He suffers relegation.
I took a lot of joy in that. I
Yeah.
took a lot
Really,
of joy in
so
him
I
going
wanted him
down.
to keep his record.
Really, I think as an Arsenal fan, I think Arsenal maybe played West Brom in one of the last games, and it was like we're finally gonna get one on you, which is awful. And looking back now, that's a despicable thing for a fan. I really hope you don't do well at your
No,
job.
you got to hate a team, though. Don't you? It's his first ever relegation. He's 66. Wow. Yeah.
It's a very good record considering the teams that he's managed.
He blames his excuse is Brexit because apparently they couldn't register some foreign
couldn't sign
players in
players,
the January
right.
window, 2021.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a good excuse as any, isn't it?
Wow.
Although he very quickly gets over that because 2021 is also the year of crypto fever, of course, as we all recall. Cartoon apes are selling for £100,000. Bitcoin is flying, and Big Sam wants a piece of the action. So that year, he's doing this deal with this Irish property developer to build these 2 houses, £1 million. And he also agrees with the developer to give him 100 grand to buy him 34 bitcoins. Wow. So it sounds to me like while they're talking, just, over some sheep's testicles and a pint, that crypto comes up and he's like, can you get me some of that?
34 is such a funny number.
Yeah,
I'd like
34.
34.
Well, I think he
it
goes,
was
how much would 100
100
grand
Oh,
get
right.
me?
That makes a lot more sense.
But I think he doesn't, I presume, know how to buy them. This guy's like, yeah, I can get you some bitcoin. So he's like, yeah, okay, here's 100 grand.
Could you get me some pirate DVDs?
Yeah. And some bitcoins. But he hands over the money, and then first of all the property deal falls through, but he also receives a call from this developer saying the Bitcoin scheme has gone belly up.
Oy, oy, oy.
So I'm not sure what that means, 'cause I
that's
think
a financial term, isn't it?
But
Of
didn't
course, yeah.
Bitcoin just continue going up at that point? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
It had some ups and downs in that. I'm
like-
really not in that wild.
I like the way the guy's like, yeah, scheme's gone belly up.
Belly
Sorry.
up. So
that's it, isn't it? And then apparently he disappears, this guy. So Big Sam's,
yeah, of course.
it's a big scam, you could say.
Very nice.
Big Sam certainly decides it is. He sues him in the High Court. I actually can't find any verdict. So I don't know how.
Maybe they settled out
Yeah, maybe. Because I think this is...
in the sumo ring.
Yeah, there's only one way to settle this.
Just gave him some Dogecoin.
I looked it up. Today, 34 Bitcoin is worth 3 million quid.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yes, it's actually quite a...
God, poor old Sam. He's been through the mill, hasn't he, this boy?
I mean, he's done all right.
I like the idea of Big Sam in one of those like crypto WhatsApp groups where they're sending you tips.
We are going to make it.
Yeah.
Pump to the moon. Yeah, I don't know how it was settled. I possibly, as you say, settled out.
Yeah.
But without his crypto winnings, Big Sam, he's got to go back down the job centre.
Man's got to work.
Because you remember after West Brom, there was this thing of like, will he manage again? His
Quite an
record's
old guy at that
tarnished.
time as well.
Yeah. But then Leeds come calling in 2023. And it's quite a juicy stint because it's one last hurrah. They've only got 4 games left.
Yes, of course.
So it's why not?
Yeah.
I feel like Harry Redknapp was doing these at one point, sort of like a month.
Yeah, these sort of like, I got one last job.
Yeah, rescue mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he certainly delivers on his first day when he pops up with a defiant speech defending his record.
There's nobody ahead of me in football terms. Not Pep, not Klopp, not Arteta. So it's all there with me.
Do you think he's written that out? Because it looks to me like he's reading it off the sheet. He keeps looking down.
It feels very scripted, doesn't it?
And the
But maybe
pace
this is like-
delivery.
Maybe this is just what he says in the bathroom mirror every morning. He's
Yeah.
like, not Pep,
Not Pep.
not Klopp, not Arteta. Sam, that's your name.
Don't get it wrong in the press conference.
Remember what
I think he's reading
We've
it.
been through this.
Yeah, so Leeds, 4-day stint. Obviously, it's relegation once again.
That's tough. That's tough. You would have liked there to be a nice kind of narrative. You know what? One last chance. I can still do this. I've still got it in my bones. Turns out you just didn't.
Do you think he's on afterwards just like, Sam, you daft old git. You knew it was time.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know it's time, isn't it? 2 relegations.
2 relegations in a row, having never done. Yeah, that is actually a really sad.
Could Pep have done that? It's an achievement, isn't it?
4 games is a tough ask, really.
That is a lot.
Yeah, you can't really
can't
pin that
implement
one.
a
And
philosophy,
West Brom,
yeah.
Brexit completely
Yeah.
thwarted his plan.
Oh, lest we forget.
So I mean, that's where we're up to. Do you think we'll have one last dance with?
So how old is he? He's into his 70s.
Yeah, which
I think he's earned the way I picture him now is still very much like bethonged on like a Marbella beach, really just like like you say, oiled up from head to toe,
Yeah.
and he's earned that. Do you know what I mean?
him and Lynn's with him.
Lynn's with him. The two of them, they're in love. They should be able to live out their days in peace.
11 fried eggs on the table.
11 flat, but then I'd imagine there's also like he'll occasionally see like some Spanish school kids playing on a hard court or something, and he'll place his hand up against the cage and think about what he would do.
Yeah.
That's how the
I think
movie
it's-
ends.
That's it, and they pan out. What could have been.
Or it's like a sort of retired secret agent who, they've retired to that life on the beach, and then they're like sitting in a beach bar one time, and they see on the other side of the restaurant their old
Gianni
like, boss just
Infantino.
like glasses come down. It's like
It's Sky Sports News, isn't it?
Yeah.
Son of a
Sunderland
bitch.
in relegation battle. Just finishes his pint. Where I guess final thing, verdict. I mean, you disliked him as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about him, Ed? Are you sort of overall?
I think I've softened. I think having his whole life's work laid out in front of us today. His oeuvre. I think I'll have 12 fried oeuvres, please. I think he was, when you look at him in context, a genuinely sensational, particularly English manager. When you look at all the other like English club managers over the last 30 years, I'd say he probably is. In terms of there's no one ahead of him. I think really in brass tacks, I think that is the reality.
It's Harry Redknapp, I guess, is the sort.
And I'd say you would, if you were to put the two of them tete-a-tete, that Sam's achievements are probably more, I'd say.
No FA Cup win, but that
No
was
FA Cup win, that's true.
Was sort of built on Sam,
But a
wasn't
lot of promotions.
I think
Yeah.
both lovable characters as well.
he's such a good character that you kind of love him until he comes to your club. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
and then you very quickly turn it.
The notion of Sam Allardyce is very nice, but when it's staring you in the face,
Yeah.
like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Yeah, you're hoping Panorama will strap on the undercover cameras pretty quick.
Where are the bungs?
Yeah.
We need more bungs.
All right, well, I enjoyed that a lot. Thanks a lot,
Hey,
Ed.
thank you. What a joy. What a joy.
So you can watch Ed's show, check it out on
It's
the
on
link
BBC
in bio,
Sounds.
BBC Sounds.
Go follow the link. It couldn't be easier.
Yeah, just click on it, would you? You're finished here. Your business is done. Ed, thanks a lot. Come on again, please.
What a pleasure, my dudes. Thank you so much.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening.